I married a good man, but he struggles to lead our family spiritually and emotionally. Real posts, real problems, real people. It's tea time, so grab your favorite cup of tea or whatever it is you like to drink and let's spill the tea and clean it up. Let's go. What's up, visionaries? I'm Tonya, one half of TNL.J, Relationship Coaches. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope that you're getting a whole lot of healthiness and answers to some questions that you may need help with. And if you are, be sure to like, also share the content so that this may help others. Okay, so let's hop on in. So we got a poster today. Well, actually, it's not a poster. It's a subscriber question. That's another thing. Send your questions in, but we'll talk about that at the end. So the question goes, I married a good man, but he struggles to lead our family spiritually and emotionally. Sometimes I feel like I carry the weight alone. How do I expect him as my husband, but still get the support I need? Well, I must say that is a great question and is one that I really applaud you on asking, because I know that there's a lot of ladies out there that has this same question, but they just tend to just suffer in silence and have the weight on their shoulders. Okay, it's easy to feel that tension of actually loving your husband. Like, I love my husband, but I need something stronger. I need for him to lead this family as a man, or not a boy, as a man. So let's talk about this. And again, if you have anything that you can bring to help, the subscriber that I don't touch, be sure to leave that in the comments. They are welcome. So I won't say your name, but I'll just call you um, Tasha for now. So Tasha, first we got to talk about the weight that you actually carrying from your husband not being the leader that you need in the home, because we all know, or maybe we don't all know, but we know, I know that when a man don't lead, the home feels like, imbalance, like you feel off. The home is off, not running smoothly. It's just likely you trying to be the mother and you trying to lead too, because when women see that their man is not leading, they tend to step into that leading role. So that's not fair to you, and it's not going to be something that you can what's the word? Not sustain or uphold long term. But what you can do is force him into leadership. Now, there's certain ways to do this. And the first way that I would say do it is to inspire it. Okay, so you can inspire it into leadership, like putting, say you went to YouTube. You know how we'll go to YouTube and we'll go look for hairstyles, videos, find even a man that you think is a good leader in his marriage, because there are some, despite all the podcaster dudes out here right now being the wimps they are, there are some good men like my husband Lamont that you can put in front of him, and you don't want to come off like you nagging, okay, and you don't want to come off like you manipulating them, but yet you want to just put it on. Okay, you can also pray for it. So have him with you, say a prayer, Now he gonna be listening. He might open his eye while y'all praying. Like, what she talking about? But he gonna be listening. Most of all, God's listening. So now another thing for you is to know that not saying nothing does not mean that you are being respectful, because respect doesn't mean silent. Okay. In Ephesians 5:33, it says the wife must respect her husband, but respect isn't pretending everything's fine. Okay. Respect is being, you know, able to come to your husband with your concerns, but with love. Okay. Not with contempt, but with love. It means saying, baby, I need you. Our family needs you to step up to the plate. I can't do this by myself. But don't come from a place of nagging, but a place of partner. If you hadn't yet, create that safe space. And any other woman that's going through, this is for you as well. Okay? Get that safe space created with him so y'all can be on one accord, with the time and with the day that, works best for the both of you. Communication, communication. So set that up and then discuss it. All right. Another thing, Tasha, don't confuse the leadership with perfection, because nobody's perfect. Sometimes we can expect our husbands to be that spiritual giant overnight. Things like that don't happen overnight. Okay. Um, and it's important to remember that leadership don't mean your husband gonna step in again overnight, but doing everything perfectly. Like he's supposed to know every scripture. I need you to be able to pray like the pastor. Those things take time. Even the pastor don't know all the scriptures. Okay, so leadership often starts small, and taking small little steps. Like maybe when y'all sit down to dinner, asking him to pray. Before dinner, say, baby, can you pray? Then eventually, hopefully not, it don't take too long, but hopefully soon he'd be taking the initiative to actually say the prayer before dinner. And we know that he's not a child, so having to ask him to do things is not like something that you may want to do, but sometimes you might have to do that at first. Ask him, you know, to pray before dinner. Okay. Also, if he's the type that don't play a part in decision making, ask him to make some decisions with you. Okay. Or if he don't check on the kids, ask him to check on the kids. Say, baby, can you go check on the kids this time? Or just, baby, can you check on the kids? But don't say it in a nagging way. Okay. Remember, again, that your husband is not going to be perfect. So don't confuse that leadership that you're looking for perfection. Encourage small steps, baby steps. And when you see him taking those baby steps, celebrate those steps. Okay. I know Lamont is kicking the cigarettes. And so, I see him. I see that he's kicking the cigarettes. Sometimes I might, seem hard and nagging, but he's doing so good. So I need to remind myself, even though I do tell him, that he's doing great, he's doing a good job. I need to remind myself to keep him encouraged and not talk about, you know, him still smoking a cigarette, because he's doing better than what he was doing. So doing better is progress. Okay. Tasha also, and all the other women, also remember your role is not to carry your husband, it's to cover him. So cover him in prayer, cover him with encouragement, and cover him with patience. If we take it to the Bible, we go to 1 Peter 3:1 and 2, and it reminds us that a husband can be won over words by the behavior of the wife. Okay? And that means when you consistent in your faith, when you consistent with your respectful influence, you can steer him into the direction of growing into the leader that God's calling him to be. Us women, we play a big part in our husbands or in our partners, role in lives. They the head and we the neck. So we hold them up. So in order to encourage them, we have to again hold them up, hold up the head, and hopefully he take his position in being that leader that you need. So in closing, no woman should have to carry this alone. Okay, so Tasha, you don't have to carry everything, being a mom, being a wife, being a cheerleader, being a cleaner, taking care of the kids and all that. You don't have to do that alone. You can shift the weight back to where it belongs. And everything really goes to God. But in this case, too, I know that we're talking about your husband and leadership, but make sure you pray to God, okay, about everything that you are carrying. Take some of that weight off of you. Keep encouraging and watch God develop the leader in him. I want you to remember is that leadership in the marriage dominating. It's about direction. And when that man learn to lean on God, he'll learn how to lead his family. A man that don't have any direction, like a man who don't believe in God, or a man who don't have a spiritual following or a spiritual relationship with God, how can he lead his family? So a strong marriage is not a woman carrying the load alone. It's a couple carrying a cross together. Okay? So before we close out today, what are you drinking? Because I did not ask. I got Wanda. And I hope I'm saying that right. Ashwagandha tea. It's stress relieving tea after a long day. So before we close out again, I want to hear from you. Also, oh yeah, another thing before I close. This mouse, let me tell you, I love it. We had showed this mouse on one of our Visions of Love episodes, and this is a left-hand mouse for me. So if you left-handed, or even if they got it for right-handers too, but this one I think is unique because left-handed people are unique. They're for carpal tunnel. If you find your hand hurting or anything, my husband got me this. It's a cool carpal tunnel mouse. I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's cool. It's wireless, and I also put the link in the description for this too of how you can get this. I know a lot of people suffering from carpal tunnel, especially if you got that laptop. You're gonna need one of these. But let's get back to the subject at hand and close it out. Again, I want to hear from you because this conversation don't stop here. It actually starts here. Do you feel leadership in your marriage is balanced, or are you carrying more than your share? Let me know. What does a healthy relationship look like in your home? Big decisions, emotional support, or showing up in small ways every day? In small, everyday, little ways. And when life feels heavy, do you ask for help or do you push through in silence? Let me know. Drop your thoughts in the comments and be sure to share this with someone who needs to hear it. And let's build a real conversation around leadership and balance in our homes, because your voice matters, and together we're learning how to lead, love, and live stronger. All right, so this is a team effort. All right, so this has been another tea time. I will see you next week, same time, same place. But until then, I'ma just sip my little ashwagandha. See, I'm sure I'm murdering that name.